Yeah. Okay. So, firstly, the title was "The Egg is Broken." We opened up with everyone happily trying to get along with and fix the house, and then Paulton was still sad, and we learned Paulton backstory. Like almost out the gate, he had a wife, and he blames himself for her death. Then after a little bit, Andrew showed up again. And the next day, there's lots of horns in Waterdeep. So Strix goes to figure out what's happening there, and it turns out to be a huge army. And then the guest star, Alessandra, ends up sieging the Waffle House. And is basically out to get Paulton because Paulton caused Artist's death. Artist Simber. This was most of the episode, and lots of anger happened. And then I started losing track of stuff. Strix made a pie. She started, Alessandra got easier on them because she just hurts. And then they talk, and now the plan is to get the Ring of Winter back. That's basically the episode. But there was so much that happened.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah, same for me, if that's something. Oh boy. Oh yeah. So they submitted their ideas to D&D Beyond, and actually a fairly quick turnaround. They were picked and announced today. And Randy, you have the names and the characters, because you take excellent notes in this.
I just pulled up their Twitters. So the first one that was mentioned was at Robenchain, BROBENCHAIN, is our kobold, Critter the Cook. What he has on the tweet that it was is a kobold who lives in the sewers of Waterdeep. He makes kebabs out of rats and pigeons, and he's a professional pickpocket. He secretly puts random items in people's pockets so they have a treat later. It's usually something gross. The second winner was at Kika VO, KIKKAVO. Theirs was Dearn, is that how you spell that? Dearn Hall, a trans woman Shatterkai who discovered a secret so precious and wonderful she refuses to give it up to the Raven Queen. She's now in Waterdeep trying to figure out how to live out of the Shadowfell and how to experience joy again. And the last one is at Cameron R. Powell, CAMERONRPOWELL, and there is Perlock heals people. So it's Perlock. Through the power of food, a cleric of the forge, his ability to hone a blade and heat metal comes in handy. With a trunk, hands, and spiritual weapon, he multitasks while making his inheritance, a family recipe for bread pudding. So he's a Loxodon, which is fun.
Which is Yep, a Ravnica thing. So that's going to be in that one of the races that are probably going to be in that new source book that's coming out soon.
Like how
Yeah,
we
congratulations.
have yes, congrats to all three of you. It's exciting. I like how we have a small, a medium, and a large.
Oh, Sean, you have Zoom muted.
Yeah.
It's showing up as a little icon. Sorry, little technical difficulties at the moment. There we go. Yep.
Yeah, there you are.
Excellent. Oh, audio stuff is. Okay.
Oh,
no.
boy.
Oh no. Should we maybe restart soon? All right. Yep. So, well, they said that there was going to be additional insight into what the episode. So it looks like they're going to have like a little mini quest happening with the other Waffle Crew people. So they will, I guess, be there. I guess have the regular crew and then the other three.
It's like 7 people.
7 people doable. It seems like they're going to be maybe shifting around.
That would make sense. But yeah, apparently the quest is to gain the favor of your friends, of Strix's friends.
I mean, they're pretty pushovers, so it's like, they
yeah,
should be pretty easy. I mean, Paulton, you just bring him some wine. He should be okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't wait for that episode. That episode's gonna be really cool. Hopefully,
it's gonna be so cool. Yeah.
Hopefully none of them die. Chris had a pretty ominous little tweet saying like, hopefully they wouldn't die, but who knows?
It's Chris we're talking about here.
Of course. Of course. Yes, we can hear you. Let's see if it's gonna be like a few seconds until
we can get a confirmation.
All right. A few seconds. Oh no, what is?
Oh dear.
Oh. All right.
With OBS connection to your headphones, hopefully.
Yeah, maybe. Oh yeah. So first things first is we had some major developments from Paulton, right?
Yeah.
That why he's so sad and why those comments previous that she's dead was not about Evelyn.
It's like it was, but it wasn't. It started out that, and then it just snowballed into past, into the worst.
Yeah. So yeah, Paulton he definitely has like those attachment issues pre Waffle Crew, and that explains quite a bit, I guess.
Yes, it does.
Although I'm wondering were they in Waterdeep? Was she in Waterdeep?
I don't know. I would think so because Dieth recognized the name.
Yes, that. What do you think about that?
I don't know what that can entail, and I'm scared.
Yeah, he always adds a little bit of things to mess with Dieth.
Make it worse.
Specific for Dieth. Also, secrets to Evelyn, maybe not the most secure thing.
No.
Just telling the entire house. So we get that some. This is the first time. Yeah, this is actually super creepy. This is the first time like Paulton's really opened up about the past to someone, and it was nice that it was Evelyn.
Yeah, definitely. It's like I was trying to think of a time that he opened up about the past before, and I don't think he has. Like maybe the extent of, oh yeah, Van Richten killed my family.
Yeah, it's always been like, yeah, his family, but it's never been about anything post that, anything in his adult life pre Waffle Crew, especially nothing about any romantic attachments. And if it's in Waterdeep, I wonder if we're going to have any reflection on that, considering that maybe those people that did that are still around.
Yeah.
But
later he mentioned like there was 3 people. I was trying to figure it out. What?
yeah, there's
Like,
a
who
lot
was
of
who?
yeah. Trying to, I guess we'll
Like
figure that out.
Van Richten
Mm-hmm.
that he let be, and he's still unsure about that.
Mm-hmm.
And the other 2, like I know the Xanathar could be
Yeah.
one
Mm-hmm.
that he's talking about, but I don't know what the 3rd one could be.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure we're not
Is
gonna
that
let. Yeah, I don't know. I wonder
that?
if we're not gonna let that like drop.
I'm assuming that's the one he
Did
doesn't
you?
know.
You see, Chris? Chris looked like he was taking a lot of notes, and that was
It's like,
cool.
hmm.
I mean, that's what we do as when you're players. You just like, please note this, but like, also, I'm afraid. I'm deeply afraid.
Yeah. It's like, please
But
don't do anything too brutal. Thank
yeah,
you.
but that really wasn't the only thing that kind of came back from the past. We've
Mhm.
had the ring show up, and we've had previous consequences from the Cholt adventure show up,
Yes.
especially stuff relating to artist Timber.
Hmm.
We find out that his wife has returned to the plane and has brought a army with her to raise Waterdeep to get revenge back on whoever killed artists. And that
Which
was our special guest, she was awesome.
she was really good.
Yeah. So
Like
scary.
very scary, but really
Yes.
good.
I mean, you come back on a T-Rex, and that's pretty awesome. And everyone else has. Whoa.
She just straight out the gates, like those commands and just everything. There, it was so intense.
Yeah. Yeah, just like I enjoyed the degree that she just gave them not even an inch until like much later. Like everything that they said was just like, no, I
Hmm.
want what I want, and your groveling isn't helping. Just give me what I want. What was
But
it? Too pathetic to live, too pathetic to kill?
yeah,
Yes.
too pathetic to kill.
Kill.
Oh boy.
But as far as background, I think she was the reason why artists wanted to go to Chult in the first place, or use the ring, was the city of Mesro was kind of hid away from the rest of the Forgotten Realms. It put in its own little demi-plane, and that he wanted to go there, either rescue her or free the city, and that's why he was doing what he was doing. And it was kind of cool to see her like just find like in being as just awesome as she was in the Forgotten Realms. It's awesome. It was
Yeah.
great.
It's like I have Tomb of Annihilation, so I read Artis's backstory there,
Mhm.
and reading that, it's like, who is this and why?
Yeah,
But
because
then having Alessandra show up, it's like, oh, she was so much more cool than I was expecting.
yeah. And then like I mean the amount of powers that she used were like those are you do not mess around. Like command is one I love, but ooh, that's one.
It was just well done. Grovel, and then having another paladin, Evelyn, say,
Yeah.
hey, don't do that. She just flee and she goes away.
Yeah. And then everyone trying to grovel for trying to get Paulton to for her not to kill him. It's
Mhm.
interesting. Um any thoughts about like that whole kind of parlaying with Alessandra?
Yeah.
Like,
Sean says he wanted the heroes to attack Alessandra.
oh man, no, like
They would have died.
they would have like I think just having the T-Rex, like a trained T-Rex, and then having paladins are incredibly hard to fight. They're really tough. Like I just remember the
They're muted on Zoom again.
oh yeah.
I don't know
Like
what's happening.
I just
Sorry.
remember the fight with when they had Carrot there and they fought the Mercy Killer.
Hmm.
Having paladins in their auras and their armor are really hard. They're just like, so I don't know if like fighting, and she had her army there, so I don't know if fighting is going to be the thing that they want to do.
How many people were there, including dinosaurs, that we know about? Like Alessandra, the other hooded woman whose name I keep forgetting, but I know I wrote down. Neelindre, and the mount, which was a Tyrannosaurus, another mount, which was a Triceratops, and then two others that I know had whips.
Yeah. Especially when their initial thing is to basically split up, and I was so afraid when Strix was going to poison her, like how that's going to go down.
Oh, don't do that. Don't do this.
Because, like, I'm a little shaky. Like, is it poison or it's disease? I think that the paladins are immune to. So maybe. And then it just kind of turned into like a extended therapy session, and I kind of liked how Chris kind of interwove, like kind of like used that revelation from Paulton with Alessandra, and kind of like how that situation kind of like resolved itself.
Yeah.
Especially with the intervention of Ubtao, the higher power therapist. Therapy, which
higher power therapy.
Which they,
get yourself out that maze.
Which something that, adventurous parties, especially the Waffle crew, need from time to time.
It's like I wanted to write down a bunch of things that they were saying, but they were going too fast. So pretty much the only thing that I got noted down.
That's what my notes look like. It's just like T-Rex !
Yeah. Right above the therapy section was, wait.
Yeah.
Just straight up summoned Ubtao. Yeah. Oh yeah, my red is a guest star NPC. Green is Strix, blue is Diab, orange, not yellow because yellow is hard to see, but orange is Evelyn and purple is Paulton. Then there's black, that is just everything else that's happening.
So Venus 666 says, speaking of army, how BS was it that Waterdeep has a chosen minister of the Black Staff and how many giant statues? But how'd the army get through?
Trance. That's my best answer, because I don't know.
Okay, I think they can. Wait. Yes, they're attacking. I
wrote it down. Undercliff.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh no, they still can't. Okay. Here we go. But the interesting thing about
this is how it feels to be a part of a chat, Sean.
Yes, that's. I'll I'll read out anything that you say in here. So if you. Type be in chat. All right. So, but they caught on that she made a deal for that army with some other faction, right?
Yeah.
Alessandra, and she say who it was?
I didn't hear the faction, but I heard there was a name, and I didn't. Wait, Elrain.
Elrain, which yes, which Chris made them roll a history check, which means someone we've heard of, or someone that is that's known, but that could be known to them. So I'm curious to figure out who that was.
Yeah, he did say it was like a hard roll, but he wanted to check anyway. It's like, what does this mean?
Yeah. So for like next, does this mean they're going to be going out of Waterdeep for like a couple episodes trying to find this ring? Because the ring's not in the city; it's in the Shadowfell, right?
Yeah, or at least last we checked.
Yeah, that'd be interesting to have to go back and have to encounter, like, deal with all that spooky, like, Shadowfell stuff.
Yeah.
It definitely left an impression on them from
I
last
really
time.
liked it though. I liked the
Yeah.
Shadowfell stuff,
Oh, it was
mostly
good.
because it was ridiculous, and also I have a character who hails from the
Mhm.
Shadowfell.
Yes.
So I was just like, yes, give me all the stuff.
Yes. Yeah, speaking of the little, like, parlay incident, Matt Fardigan said, "Why was DF so worried about the Zone of Truth? Was it something we know about, or is it something Jared is keeping secret from the rest of them?"
I think that because there was another time that he had Zone of Truth on him and he didn't like it either.
Mhm.
I think it speculation. I think it's partially because it's like a cage.
Mhm.
He's forced to tell the truth at that point.
Yeah.
But also I think there's just things he doesn't want to disclose and he doesn't maybe doesn't trust himself to not say it.
Yeah. The thing I noticed about, like, DF is that thing that I kind of picked up is that he's very protective lies to them. Like,
Mm-hmm.
most time he's lied to them has been to protect them. So I'm wondering what that is, like, if it's something from his past or just something that he thinks would hurt the group at this point, because he really kind of doesn't have that much, like, caution for himself personally. Like, it's more to protect the others at this point.
Especially Strix.
Yeah.
Sean says maybe DF's secret involves Amy.
Mm.
And yeah, and I just going back to Amy, it just goes. I go to Idle Champions immediately.
Yeah.
Because an item you can have is his necklace, which is the amethyst, and it
Mm-hmm.
says one of two things with a secret name,
Yeah.
and the same secret name, and Amy is the name of the
Yeah.
amethyst.
I'm wondering if that's that person, or I think it's been brought up before, like,
I think it has.
that's a name he gave Strix when they were trying to be, like, incognito, I think, in the second Barovia thing.
Yeah, when they went back in time and they met the random, I can't remember who they ended up meeting with, but it,
Yeah.
in the garden, he said that Strix was Amy.
Yeah.
I feel like that might be it.
Burn Norris says in the chat, my hot take is that Sandra is DSX, which would bring me so much joy, but it'd be so complicated. It'd be so complicated.
Yes.
It would, and that's it's always, like, for me, like, worst case scenario is always thinking that would complicate DF's and Paulton's relationship quite a bit.
That reminds me. I remember seeing in the chat when we first learned Paulton's wife was murdered.
Mm-hmm.
Someone put, "What if Simon was the name of his unborn son?"
Oh, that would be. Oh.
And I was like, "Oh no!"
Oh, that hurts a lot. That hurts a lot.
Yep.
Sean says in chat, I feel like we've heard the name Sandra on the show before. Chris said DF has heard the name. I don't recall it being in the show, but it might be, like, something they've talked about. I'm not too sure.
Makes me want to go back and look now.
Yeah.
But I know it'll
Bernard
take
says
forever.
when Chris said the name, it was familiar. Jared's reaction was just, "Oh no," which, I mean, yes,
Yeah,
but also
that's
that tends to be Jared's reaction to whenever Chris gives him more new information that he's unsure of. So. That was, and then I think that and the little, like, talk with Ooptow.
I liked her.
I liked her a lot. It
was her, the way she dealt with the character was awesome.
Yeah. The little, like, break that she had when talking to, like, Evelyn about, like, loss was fantastic. That was just to, like, kind of pull that out just like that. It was great.
Yeah, I wasn't even looking at the screen, and so someone was talking, but I, like, when I thought she would interject,
Mhm.
it didn't happen, and I looked, and she was like doing the whole crying thing. I'm like, oh no, it's getting good.
It's getting good, and it's like it was that nice little break where like it stopped being as like just like antagonistic on that, and they kind of like connected and with the rest with Evelyn and a little bit of Paulton.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I loved how intense she was. Like there was just like nothing that they could say that would kind of like she's very direct. I'm just like I was kind of like on the edge as far as like you might want to be careful what you say around this character. It's like character just doesn't want to deal with any of like the usual kind of like stuff that the Waffle Crew does when they're in trouble.
Mm. Ravina 666 said, I hated her, and when she pulled out the sob story, I hated her even more.
I mean, I understand. Like, I understand what that the way they got rid of Artist was it was really sad. He's a lore character, and he just like fell and died.
Mm-hmm.
He took his ring.
He took a hand to the face.
Yeah.
In a tree just slightly too tall. Fell.
Just fell and poor Dragon Bait. So I understand. Like if you're waiting, if his whole motivation is to, get her in the city back and some just adventurer just like decides to just like off him and then take his ring. That's understandable to be very angry about.
Yeah. In the Waffle Crew's defense of that, though, he was under the control of the ring at the time.
Yeah. I mean, you can blame it. It did take a little while before it's like, maybe it was the ring. It was this. Like, do you think that the people that she's working with want to keep the ring, or do you think they want to like kind of get rid of it?
I think they want to keep it, mostly because of how it was talked about.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know.
It is a originally an elven artifact, right?
Yeah. Made by elves.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's one of those legendary objects that there's like one way to destroy it. So
yeah, one thing that I found really funny is that the group knows to get rid of the kids when things are getting serious. Because apparently all is well now. Like Martin's hanging out at the house again. I guess like he wasn't super traumatized by what happened.
Yeah, that surprised me. I was like, what's he doing?
Easily forgiven, I guess, being like, being like knocked out and being put into a chest and basically being kidnapped. So at least he has friends now. At least he's taking good care of Juniper. It was nice to see Juniper again.
Yeah. He's trying his best to do magic tricks, but Juniper's not having it.
Yeah. It's nice to see Evelyn kind of go into like mom mode a little bit with them. And then
that sounded like exactly like a conversation I had with my mom. Did we have a sleepover? Do we know their parents? No.
Oh, Sean says in the chat, the kid was trapped in the box. Now he likes magic tricks. Maybe he wants to do the escape the trunk trick. Yeah.
Just cut him in half. It's fine.
Fine. Yeah.
That's like another box magic trick.
But yeah, at least they're keeping these kids alive. At least you're keeping the three alive, because they're really cool. I don't want to see them like anything bad happen to them. That was my favorite parts of like the new book, is like seeing them like in the city like during like all the seasons and stuff like that. It's really cute. Where the
the kids were not.
The kids were not. Sean said that were the kids in the house when the explosion hit? I know.
They were at Martin's house.
Yeah, thank God. Thank God they're at Martin's house. So the house isn't doing great anymore. Like
no.
they're doing the renovations and it seems like they're getting pretty far in there, and now the facade is broken again. So maybe
just boom.
This house is maybe cursed.
It's like Ooptao even said, "I'm just going to clean up a little bit before I go," and then he
Yeah.
didn't. Then he just said, "You need to be better people," and just poof.
Yeah. I wonder how long it's gonna be before like everyone gets tired of this house constantly being destroyed and having to rebuild it over and over again.
Literally
Considering there's
blown
like
up.
collateral damage every once in a while. It's not like it's a piece falls off. It's always an explosion of some sort.
Wee woo.
Yeah. Brett Nora says, I would be super okay with the Waffle Crew retiring at some point and skipping ahead to the adventure of the Eggos. I do like having I do like having those, and they do a good job like embodying those characters. I think, especially like like I'm always impressed like how it kind of catches me off guard that they kind of switch into the Eggos like as fast as they do in the shows. Like they gotten good
Yeah.
at like kind of like switching off, because I know like doing dual characters is probably super hard to like kind of do that switch, especially if like with everything else that's going around.
Yeah. They probably don't have to do it as much. They just need to know basically how that character acts, nothing else. But um it's really cool. It is. That's all I really can't really add to that. It's just cool. Murderbot's not Murderbot anymore.
Murderbot
Gone.
has Murderbot kill has this Simon. How many people has this Simon killed so far? This
I don't think
Simon.
any.
Yeah, I think this Simon's been relatively good.
Murderbot
Murderbot is gone.
wants to be a real boy.
Yeah.
And hasn't ever since he has been trying to be a real boy, he hasn't shot a dart once.
Murderbot kind of has. I mean, Simon has a soul now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So his quality of being an okay. Like he has enough of a thing to be very depressed. We know that. So he's behaving himself. He's taking care of the kids now. So.
Right. He did kill like, oh shoot, what's her name? Tatiana? No. One random person in Barovia. It's not random. Not Sergei, his wife.
Yes. Tatiana. Yeah.
Oh, it was Tatiana?
So.
I had it
so.
right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
But yeah, but that
her
it just opened, so they just released him. So I mean,
that was what he was made for.
50 years of Strix, so like, and then like she hasn't killed anybody. So Strix has opened up a pie thing also. It's nice seeing like what kind of having a stable, like I hate to say stable, but at least, not dire situations kind of like let the characters do. Like I feel especially with like DF and Strix, you can see them like more relaxed.
Yeah. I just kind of like how Strix's immediate go-to is like, okay, I'm gonna make a pie now, and goes and makes a pie.
Yeah, I mean,
whenever something stressful starts happening, it's time for pie.
Yes, now it's poison pie, or it's like.
Oof. She mentioned boysenberry and then went and tried to poison a pie. I think there was a pun waiting for there.
Yeah. With so we had Andrew show up again.
Yeah, Andrew.
Yeah.
With really loud banging, booming knocks on the door.
Well, yeah, he's come back with like a little like some sort of like protection spells on him from who, I wonder.
Well, if I remember correctly, it was from runes that Paulton saw in the Raven Queen's domain. So I'm assuming it's Raven Queen related.
Yeah. Do you think that it's acting on the behalf of the Raven Queen as like its agent, or like Sean's not?
Yeah, I'm thinking so.
Yeah.
At first I wasn't sure, because I know it's like a crawling claw situation going on, and I'm like, I don't know how to feel about this, but
I mean, it wasn't evil, right? It was never evil.
No, I don't think it was evil.
I mean, yeah.
When Detect Evil was cast around it, I don't think it ever
Yeah.
went, hey.
Did they blame the hand at all during the
They
episode?
didn't. I was expecting
I was
them.
just like, that thing that looks evil and has magic runes on it killed your husband.
I'm sorry. Well, they wouldn't be lying.
No, not with the Zone of Truth. I mean, Zone of Truth is weird. Or like, it's doable to kind of like
Lie by omission.
lie by omission or like stretch the truth a little bit to kind of like bypass it.
It's like, I don't know where it is right now.
Yeah.
Kind of situation.
Yeah, the situation I always see it when is like someone passes it and then like is basically like hounded until like, no, you fail it so we can talk to you and like tell the truth. It's like it's such a strange spell for like something like that.
I don't know how to feel about it. I know for me, if I ever ended up playing a paladin, I wouldn't take it because it's just so gray and I don't really get it.
Sean says, hey everyone, they literally said talk to the hand on this episode, am I right?
I was like, no, question mark. Exclamation point.
Oh, Dylan said in chat, said Andrew was acting as the Raven Queen's agent before Talib called to the chalice, since it's the hand of Chigahari. Oh my god. Thank you. I had such a hard time with that name.
With the chalice and everything.
Yes.
Which is funny because he had the chalice and then I don't know what it means from there.
Yeah. Scotty Hood says in the chat, oh wait, never mind. Do you want to know what Hat's ability does top of the paladin stuff? Yeah, I don't. Did she have a character, anything in the Tomb of Annihilation book at all?
No. Alessandra. She does not. She's.
Yeah. Yes, I remember that. We just never got to her.
Like she's mentioned, but she doesn't have a stat block.
All right, Scotty Hood says, well, in 2E, the beret had the following, not including 26 levels in Paladin and the usual so yeah, that's right. She's part of like the beret. They're what was it like? Kind of guardians of Mesro, right? Right, Sean? Yeah. So they're like, they're kind of like demigods, and like Raz Nisi was formerly one of them, if I'm correct. So yeah, like I don't know if fighting's would have been very good for them.
No, they would have died.
They would have for sure died.
Even it's like you do this, but the abilities that she let on with having, straight up summoning a god.
Oh yes. Yeah.
It's like I think they would have died.
Yeah. Chat says in chat, they might be able to learn a lot from the hand. Oh yeah, that's right. It wrote down some stuff, so maybe they can ask it for a little more information, possibly in the future. It'll probably come in fairly useful. I was gonna say handy, but I'm not. No.
No, own it.
No, fine. I'm not the DM. But yeah, like it might be useful if they're gonna go back into Shadowfell to find the ring, which it seems like this is what this little like mini arc's gonna be, I guess.
Should just give them Strix's staff and quill and just right in the air.
Yep.
And be like the hand from the Addams Family, just like starts Morse code.
Yeah. Parker says in the chat, I didn't like seeing the Waffle get talked to like that, which is just being like kind of talked down to. That's correct. Yeah. That's they don't get talked down to as much anymore, especially since coming back from Cholt and stuff and having the others like Acquisitions Inc. C Team crossover and stuff like that, which they were unusually effective and surprisingly like awesome. And like every time, like, cause I remember the two C Team things where they had Diath and Strix on there separately, and Strix was pretty powerful, and Diath, I think, rolled better than I have ever seen Diath roll before in a single thing. Which is weird. Maybe just put them together and they just kind of like negate how awesome they are.
Okay, I'm seeing lots of like I don't like her, and it's like the character I think is supposed to be that way, and which makes sense to me. But and I didn't like her as like the way you don't like specific characters, but I loved the way it was handled. You know, it's like no one likes Voldemort. No one likes Umbridge. Going Harry Potter route there. But you can appreciate how the character is built.
Yeah.
You know? And in this case, it's a lot more gray than this is a horrible person. It's a lot different.
I mean, they're not the Waffle crew isn't innocent in the stuff that she accused them of, so
exactly.
You can kind of if it was totally mistaken or totally made up, I would no, but like she kind of has a point. So I guess maybe she's showing up for another episode after this. I'm not too sure if that's been announced yet.
I don't know if it has either. I can take a look, but
I'll probably find out like a little bit later. But God,
yes, I do like the way it was handled. I do.
Oh, oof.
Thanks, Dylan.
Just all right. None of you are like close to me.
So.
Oh, examples of the group being pathetic.
Well, it depends. What kind of pathetic are we talking? Empathetic? Sympathetic? Just pathetic in general?
They do go to the groveling pretty fast most of the time.
Strix just straight up ran away in the first
Strix runs away. Halton usually pieces out, and Diath just kind of like goes straight into like a martyr mode at that point. And then actually Evelyn just attacks things most of the time. Evelyn's the least pathetic.
And at that point, you're right. It's not so much pathetic as suboptimal, but pathetic is a word for that in this case. It has very bad connotation.
Yeah.
But
yes, Sean, their most heroic fight against the Trimbarovia. Actually, yeah, I think that's still
heroic or just great teamwork?
Effective. The most effective.
Yeah. It's like that one is still one that is like, oh yeah, that was one of their better ones.
Like, I mean, one of them died, but they did okay with the Xanathar.
Yeah.
They did pretty good.
I'd say that was very heroic because they only ended up trying to fight the Xanathar because one of them died.
Yeah.
It started going in the heroism mode.
Yeah. They fought fiends with Akink, yes.
Yeah.
That was also
pit fiends.
Pit fiends, just straight up demons, good synergy. Strix what was it, basically like basically pitting the demons against the devil, so it's really good.
Oh yeah, that was so cool. Yeah, so the group has moments on the high end and low end.
Yep. High highs and low lows.
I think that's pretty much. It's like you know what was kind of pathetic was Brooms. It was funny though.
That is just God. I mean, he got downed by the Brooms, or has he ever been downed by the Brooms?
Yeah.
Oh no, that's right.
The Stritch, not Stritch, witch ones.
That's right.
The Witching Hour was the episode.
Yes.
Oh, Do you catch that bit that Uptao said about the mazes of Sigil? That Uptao is younger than them?
Yes, that they pre-exist. They predate like Uptao as a higher power. That's interesting.
Yeah.
It's an interesting bit of like lore that they snuck in there.
That's exciting.
And DS lost an opposed strength check to an unseen. I mean,
that's
the boy has priorities other than being a strong boy. Like
he's
being
not
a fast
strong.
boy.
Not a strong boy.
He is the least strong boy. He has like an 8, right, or something like that.
Yeah.
Strix could lift him. Paulton could lift. I always keep forgetting that Paulton is like built. And like they always describe him as like, I was giving him skinny, but no, he's.
Yeah, it's like same.
Yeah. Yeah, Paulton's
weaker than Evelyn, but most people are.
Most people. I mean, Evelyn is just like Evelyn's a tank at this. Like, just like you don't mess with Eve. Evelyn's used to like just charging at God. So like, help you if you mess with her. Evelyn's very excited to battle. All right.
All right.
All right. Well.
Oh, that was another thing that I really liked. Before we can I say?
Yes.
Like Paulton just used mislead.
Yes.
That was such a good use. I didn't see that.
Yeah.
He's just not there. I'm sorry. That was really good. I loved it.
Yep. All right. So I'm gonna wrap up. You have plugs? You want to go ahead?
Well, on Sundays I play Winthrop Starbrook on Dungeon Academy. We just recently got out of a big old maze and also succeeded in not dying, even though I was sure I was about to. So that was fun. And then just every week here on Waffle Talk, I try to be here when I can be.
Yes, thank you. Yep. As for me, I will be first of all, for Friday, special streaming thing. I'll be part of Welcome to the Party Trans Lifeline 36-hour charity stream. I'll be doing it be doing my section from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. and we are gonna play Paranoia, which I've never played before, so that should be interesting. So be like extra like stressed out for a good cause on Friday. And then I'm on part of like the city adventures block with Sean, what time is is Waterdeep City Dragon Heist? What time is Dragon Heist at? 3? Dragon Heist at 3, and then I'm in Hell's Rebels, which is a Pathfinder adventure like converted to 5e, where I play a really snooty bard at 5:30. And then
the arts are awesome.
Oh, thank you very much. Thanks. And that's pretty much it. Well, join us next time, I guess, for and we'll see you later.